Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Zelkenon, and this is another Smite Super Builds. So, today is tier. I'm kind of have to redo most of my builds I've done in the past. Tier was one of them. Personally, I didn't really like that build too much anymore, and also it needed to be redone since it was a much older build and whatnot. So, without further ado, tier. I will go over some different alternatives and whatnot, and how you will go about using tier in different game modes. So here we go. So active tier must have blink, not combat blink, just full on regular blink. This helps you initiate a lot more without having to use your ulti. Because if you have to rely on your ulti all the time, that makes that's less initiates, because your ulti, depending on how much cooldown you get, lasts from anywhere from 90 seconds to a minute or whatever the case may be. So blink allows you to start the fight or pick somebody off or whatnot without having to use your ulti. It's really nice. And what's cool about this blink and that combat blink, this blink is a 45-second cooldown, so it's, like I said before, it's much more initiates, and it's really useful for tier. The second active kind of depends on what game mode you're playing and how you play and who you're playing against. He doesn't have any CC immunities per se, besides his ulti. So purification beads may be something you will look into buying. Or if you're doing the solo lane of conquest, maybe you want to teleport to towers, or you want hand the gods, whatever the case may be. That's up to you. So, first item, warrior Tabi. Mainly because focused void has been removed, I am leaning more towards the penetration boots right off the bat for most of these builds. So pretty much we're gonna be going with that. If you're in the solo lane of conquest, your first item should be start doing mystical mark first, or Ankh the bear first if you're fighting another physical character in the solo lane. That way you can have some defense against them, and there you go. But if you're fighting a magical god in your solo lane, I would definitely start off with something like shield, or Stone of Gaia. In that case, probably Stone of Gaia, be leaning towards Stone of Gaia, but that's just recommendation there. So warrior Tabi, they move on to Ankh the bear, since Ankh the golem is no more it's not a thing anymore. Mountain Dew is amazing. So Ankh the bear works really well. For one, it's really cheap, and the passive is pretty cool, and it works well with our 3, since we have a passive protections bonus once we're in our blue stance. So we switch to our blue stance, we gain more power. We won't lose so much power when we switch stances, is what I'm trying to say with Ankh the bear. Next we have shield, because without shield our magical defense would be pretty low, and that's kind of sucky when we're trying to pick off the mages and whatnot and they're trying to fight back. So we go with shield. I'm still picking up void shield. I guess it's called void shield now. Main reason is the protections to power ratio. I really like it, and since we have Ankh the bear, more physical protection we have, in turn the more physical power we get. Sort of trade-off like that. Also, the passive is fairly nice, especially if people rely on you to start the team fights and whatnot. If you have the effect, decreasing the enemy's physical protections by a certain amount or whatnot, yeah, helps out as a team in general. Jotunn's Wrath, we still need a little bit more penetration. So I mean, this item slot, you can change it up. Like if you want Titan's Bane, that's fine, like that 33% penetration. Or if you want something else, this item slot is really weird. But I think I'm just gonna go with Jotunn's Wrath, because cooldown reduction on tier is fairly nice. It allows you to switch stances much quicker, and allowing for more combo attacks. So if you're in your assault stance, you fearless, hit 2, then you hit 3, and then you hit 2 again, or you may hit 1 again. All that type of thing. You just be able to switch more, and in the end, we can use her ulti more. So cooldown reduction on tier is really nice. Also, this gives us penetration, power, and a little bit more mana. Finally, our retaliation. So, like these 2 slots are really dependent on if you need to go a little bit more tanky. You may want to get a more tankier items. You may want to get like Mystical Mark instead of Eye of Retaliation, or if you're playing as a tank, pretty much you may want to buy Bark of Hope instead of Eye of Retaliation. So these 2 items kind of depend on how you're playing. If you want to go like full damage, you may buy like Rage and Deathbringer for the last 2 items for more basic attack damage. It's up to you. Like that's just what I'm trying to say. These last 2 items, it really depends on how you want to play your tier. But this is what I want to go with. Even though Eye of Retaliation is fairly expensive, sitting at 2,700, so I may pick up something else instead of this, maybe Mystical Mark, even though that is a little bit more expensive. But Mystical Mark is really nice because of the HP aspect of it and the passive. So Eye of Retaliation gives a little bit of both protection, since we only have 1 magical protection item here. This kind of boosts that up. The power is really nice on Eye of Retaliation. Especially like if you read here, while you're over 50%, you gain 20 physical power, more additional physical power. So you have 60 more physical power just in above that threshold. Sit below the threshold, and you gain plus 20 protections, and that's both in physical and magical, as far as I know. So that last, that's pretty good. It helps you out until you can switch to your blue stance and hit 2 and heal up. So, with this build so far, we have 2400 HP. Like I said, if you want to go a little bit more tankier, you can switch to items. Our power is fairly nice. We're sitting at 254 power, 195 physical defense, and 123 magical defense. So let's go ahead and try our fearless. Nice. Basic attacks, pretty good. Then we got a red buff, 311. As you can see here, our stats exactly like 1.5 attack speed, 26 out of 50 penetration, and whatnot. Okay, so let's do our fearless again with the red buff. Nice. That is one thing about tier. What is nice about tier is he has a pretty good hit progression. So you chain your attacks up together, and they do more damage. So for example, 14. Yeah, there you go. So it's like 412, 600, or 412, 200, 600. That type of hit progression is really nice. So there you go. Basic attacks hit pretty hard. So physical might potion 335. That's really nice. I like it. Let's go ahead and try an ulti. Oh yeah, he CC'd me during that. So just in our defense stance, you can see our stats. We still have a pretty fair amount of power, even just with the red buff and the cheap 400 physical might potion, and our defense goes up to 235 for physical defense. That's really nice, and it was 163 for magical defense. Let's drink our elixir. So we have 405 power. Pretty good. And finally, let's just go ahead and mess around with the Gold Fury. 709. I like it. And also, what's cool about having shield is you can see our HP 5 is pretty good. We have plus 37 HP 5. does a lot for tier. On top of you can heal from your 2. So that pretty much wrap it up for this episode, and let me know in the comments below what you think of this build, or if you want me to do any other thing, or for any other god, like a build or some type of playthrough or whatnot, whatever the case may be. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.